Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. I'm starting an art book. It's something I was wanting to try for quite some time, using inks or sprays, paints, whatever. This one I just finished. It's with different inks and stencil I used with some modeling paste. And these images come from Caroline, one of her kits that she had given me. It's called Picture This Set 1. It's a beautiful kit. I've got all the pieces cut out. If I use any more of them, then I will. So I thought we could do that for our mixed media day. I've prepped all the pages. I prepped this many, the ones that are not flat anymore. Those are the ones I used matte medium on, because this is a sketchbook just from the dollar store. That's all I need. And so yeah, I thought we would play with some ink color, and I have to dried wipe here. I have a few stencils, just some little ones that I brought, just easier to work with when these are just little Tim Holtz ones, so I'll use those. So let's go. I hope you're all well. I hope you've been having a good week so far. I have some different blues. I even have darker one. Could be oxide. It could be the distress. It's whatever. But I did wash some of these brushes so that I could use them with other colors now. So let's do it. I'm going to put paper underneath. I'm going to do all the inking first, and then we'll just see where it goes. Yeah, some of these brushes, when I washed them, they're a little hard at the end now, but excuse me. I'm sorry if I was out of frame. Sometimes these brushes work well, sometimes not so much. But it's having fun with your inks and your paints, and that's what I try to do. Okay, and that was peacock feathers, and then this one is broken china, and I'm going to use the same brush. Not really much difference that I can see, but I'll just leave that then. All right, so we've got that, and I get the lid off this, but I want to, so I don't know if this is supposed to be wet or dry. Probably it needs to be damp, right? When I'm doing this, just trying different things. I just sprayed it with a bit of water since it is dry. I'm just going to see if it, oh yeah. And you can see some of the design in there. Needs another spray. So best bet, use a wet one right out of the container of it, but I didn't want it to be saturated, so you can still see, some design there. And I'm going to use the same one, and then we're going to play with this. It's modeling paste that I have. Oh yeah, looks good. A little bit at the bottom, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit over here. And this, of course, requires drying time. So I don't want to subject you to my heat tool. So I'm going to pause the video and come back and dry it, and we'll carry on. Okay, all dry, and I just got a dauber and tried it on here, and it works really well. Big difference compared to what I was just using. So I'm just going around the edges. Can go over some of the, oops, there we go. I like it a little bit darker. Gives it a little more definition. So here you can spritz it with some color and get it all nice and juicy, but I'm going to use this stamp, and I try to figure out, I guess it doesn't matter if it's top or bottom. And I'm just going to do some stamping. And it's just showing a little bit here and there. Doesn't have to be complete. Something in the middle. Oh, I think Tom's out watering the flowers. It's very, very hot here this week. So there we go, there's that. I didn't bring any of my Tim Holtz numbers, but I have a few things that I would just like to use. Can tear, use a ruler and cut, whatever look you're going for. Oops. And I did ink up the first one, so I'm going to do the same with this. I found some watercolor pencils at the dollar store yesterday, or was it, oh, Walmart, sorry. They were $7.97 compared to $20, $30 and up at Michael's. They were the sterile ones, or whatever they're called, the company. Holy moly, they're expensive. So I didn't want them, I didn't need them that bad. So I'm glad I found ones that are probably just as good with a much better price. Okay, so I don't know if I want to use her. I'm learning to, you know, I don't know what the words are, gather to, oh, that doesn't look right now with that there. But I could use another frame. And excuse the sniff, my apologies. And then what I did is I just cut around the picture. Don't want to cut his fingers off. Let me try this and we'll see. Sometimes I did try to have a plan, but then it can go awry because something else comes into my head. You can fast forward through this part if you don't want to watch me fussy cut. I'm not a very fast fussy cutter. Tom is much better at it than I am. He helps me a lot when I'm fussy cutting. There we go, just around his fingers. Oh, that's his jacket. Okay, I was wondering. I had to take a second look. I didn't want to cut his leg off. Let's see, if I put it there, like he's leaning on the frame. Oh, let's do that. He could be in the frame. No, I'll add something underneath him. Let's do that. Oops, almost broke his neck. Sorry. Oh, goodness. I don't want to do that. You can use hot glue. You can use, I'm using Fabri-Tac. So there we go. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I'm not going to put glue around the outside in case I stick something underneath. So I'll just move it over a little bit, I think. There we go. It's green, background's blue. It's okay. I'm not going to get caught up in what it is for the colors. I mean, it's all learning. This says memories. Put that there. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that outside. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's happening out there. Remove that. Oh, what else do we have here? I'm still going through this blue ephemera pack. Scruff up the edges. That's what I should have done with the other papers, but it's okay. Something like that, why not? There, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Let me do this dark. This is the chipped sapphire. Beautiful color. Just to darken it up around the edges. Oh, yes. Very nice. It's not dark up here, so let's go in between. Nope, end up with a little bit of a line. There we go, smoothed it a bit. So there we go. So there's that one. Do we have time for another one? Oh, let's do it. I didn't bring yellows or anything, but I have some pinks. Victorian Velvet, which is not a very bright color at all. But I'm going to use this. I'm not sure if there's another color on it. Oh yeah. Ooh, but that's okay. That brings it out lovely. There we go. I'm just going to grab a stencil. This one's got the coffee watermarks. So let's oh yeah, look at that. How fun. I just took this wet one out so that I could see the marks on here when it took the ink away. And then if you daub it on here, then you will get bits of the ink gone, which is so fun. There we go. Nice. But I don't want to use that one with the modeling paste. Let's use these stars. I haven't used this stencil very much. Let's try it. Oh, fun. Look at that. And then just there we go. Maybe just a tiny bit right there, just at the corner. Love it. What did I do with the lid? Here, oh brother. There we go. All right, I'm gonna quickly dry it. I'm gonna leave you on, so mute your volume or fast forward. There. Just a tiny bit on the one, but it's really nice. Love that. All it needs now is a moon. I don't have a moon, unfortunately. That would be fun if I did. These are some Tim Holtz frames. Let's see what we have in here. These are from Jean, my friend Jean, and I was hoarding them because they're so wonderful, but you know, it's time to use them. Use them up. That one I like. So let's grab a stamp. I don't want to use that one again. Or do I? I thought I might have had my other one close by, but I don't. So, all right, let's use it. And I'm just picking parts of it. Just like that. And then at the top. There we go. That's it. Just add a little bit of interest in the background. There we go. And I'm just going to grab, I keep going back to these. So these are all of the little goodies that are in that little kit. We have sweet little shoes. They're so cute. Flowers, words. Like, look at how darling she is. Should I just leave her like that? I think so. I don't think I want to cut her. I think she looks great just the way she is. And I love these. They're already sewn, and all the strings are there, which is so fun. So I'm going to glue her just under there. She's just wide enough, which is perfect. I won't add glue to the sides yet until I decide if I'm going to tuck things underneath. So there we go. Cute. Isn't she darling? She's just so cute. Just like that. She's looking pretty serious. I'm going to glue it down. I'll leave the edges open. But that's a good way to do it if you want to tuck things underneath. Yep, I like that string hanging out. So there we are. And so I have these flowers. Maybe that one I'll have on the top, just because the way the leaves are, doesn't look right having them tucked. Oh yeah, cute. There's another one. Let's tuck that one. So I always go back to the vintage because that's what I like. That one can say remember. And then I'm going to grab a couple of butterflies. Just put it like that. Butterflies, I know I have some. I was just using some. Or not. All right. Bird, something. Boy, oh boy, not one bird or butterfly on my desk. crazy is that? Well, pull out my bucket here and see what I can find. It's not pink. Here's a pink one. Okay, let's just use it. At least I found one. Oh my goodness. Put that up there, put the butterfly there, and there we go. Not sure if it needs anything else. I kind of like it the way it is right now. What do you think? Hopefully you like that. I'm going to leave it there for today. So we did 2 pages. This one here we just finished. And then this one. I like them. I like the color combos. I mean, like I said, I'm still learning, but you know what? Half the fun is experimenting and putting things together, and then you can just expand on them. So that's the first one I did before I turned the camera on, just to show you. This one and then this one. All right, so please let me know what you think in the comments. Any questions, please put them below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, everyone. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.